this is Jackie from Little J Style, and today we are talking hair straightening. Okay, so I'm going to give you some tips and tricks for straightening your hair, kind of the things I like to do, make sure you don't damage your hair too much, that kind of thing. And we're also going to talk about the José Eber, maybe how you pronounce it, straightener, and it vibrates. We'll get to that. Okay, so a few tips for straightening your hair before you do anything. Before you blow dry your hair, when you have wet hair, you want to make sure you use some kind of smoother, because when you straighten your hair, you can tend to get little flyaways, and we don't want that. And so I use the Smooth Infusion by Eber. I'll link that below. I use that when my hair's wet, kind of put a little bit throughout my hair, and then blow dry. Another tip is that blow drying, I have heard this multiple places, I could be wrong, but I've heard this. It is better to blow dry your hair and then straighten what you need to than to let your hair air dry where it might get kind of crinkly and wavy and then have to straighten all of it. So it depends on your hair type. This is my hair after just being blow dried. All I did was blow dry it. I didn't do anything to it. Blow dry on my way. And I didn't blow it out or anything. I just, real simple blow dry. And now here I am. So for me, this works because it's pretty straight when I blow dry it. And then I just take my straightener and I fix kind of the spots that are crazy. And I end up doing a lot less heat damage. So to protect your hair, I have heard that blow dry versus air dry. There you go. Another thing is, before you start doing anything to your hair when it's dry, you always use a heat protectant. I use a few different kinds. I have the Tresemme Thermal Creations Heat Tamer Leave-In Spray. And I also have the Fat Hair Amplifying Blow Dry Spray. It says blow dry spray, but it just protects your hair really well against heat. So before you do anything, spray on one of these, which I'm gonna do right now because I haven't yet. Especially focus on your ends. They need the most protecting. Okay, another tip is, if you are like me, your hair will get very staticky once you straighten it. That is one of my biggest pet peeves. I straighten it and then it's just slowly staticky, attracted to everything all day. Drives me nuts. So what you can do is use straight up static guard. I know they have some hair products that are anti-static and all that, but whatever, this works just fine. It's just plain old static guard that you would use on your clothes when they get staticky. I just use it on my hair. I would probably use it after I straighten, once I'm kind of all done, and then you kind of coat with this. It has alcohol in it, so I wouldn't spray it on and then straighten your hair. That could be pretty damaging. So after everything is said and done, do a few sprays of this and you're on your way without static. Okay, another trick before I get going is, if you use clip-in hair extensions and you want to use them when your hair is straight but your extensions are curly or something, I always recommend straightening them before putting them in your hair. So straighten your hair, straighten your extensions, and then put them in. You don't want to put them in and then be straightening and then pulling on that hair. Your clips could pull on your roots, or they could just straight up come out. So just straighten everything beforehand and then put them in, and then kind of tweak if you need to. And that's way better, promise. Okay, now it's time to straighten. My all-time favorite straightener is the José Eber Vibrating Straightener. You have probably heard of this. It has quite the reputation as the best straightener in the world. I don't know, I just love it. It only has one setting, off or on. You don't have to decide, oh my gosh, what temperature do I use for my hair? Just turn it on. And it vibrates when you close it on the hair. You probably can't hear that. It vibrates. So it's very advanced, high-tech technology, but it's not that expensive. And I'll leave the link and everything in the description. And since I blow dried my hair, we talked about that already, blow dry before straightening, it's not that crinkly anywhere. So I will just, I have a tiny little mirror. So I will straighten where I think I need, like I have little crimps. I'll just straighten where I think I need, not going overboard, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so that took almost no time and I'm pretty much all straightened. And I just have a few more tips for you before we're done. I have seen, I don't do this super often, but it is popular. I need a clip. Okay, if you want volume, a lot of people maybe don't like doing their hair straight because of the lack of volume. I've seen people do this where the strand that you are straightening at the root, you kind of make a little bump. So you curl it up, make that little bump. Can you see that? It's barely noticeable, just a little bit. And if you do that to all the roots as you go, you get just that little bit of volume that is not super noticeable. You're not doing anything crazy, but in the end, you get quite a bit of volume from just that little trick. You probably can't see it. There's just a tiny little bump where I'm doing that. And I wouldn't do that on the top. You'd probably be able to see it. Just do it on all the underneath layers. Do a couple more over here for fun. Got my little bump. Okay, so you would do that to more of your roots and get some volume in your straight hair. Another tip is if you have layers like I do, or if you have bangs in the front, I always take that front little piece and I just curl that forward. That will give you this little kind of overhang as opposed to just going straight back. I hope this is making sense. So it allows it to kind of fall forward a little bit and be a little bit more flattering. One of my last tips is to curl under. Need to sit up straighter. So instead of curling just straight down, super stick straight hair, I always curl the ends inwards. So you get that little tiny bit of curl. It's not even really a curl. It just really helps with the look of it, I think. And I even do my layers and curl them inwards. Okay, see how that just looks a little bit more polished with your ends and looks more finished? That is something I do every single time. Okay, I'm gonna put my clip-ins in and then show you the finished look. Okay, so now I've got my extensions in and I'm just kind of getting everything cohesive on the bottom, straightening the bottoms. And see together really nicely when all of the hair is straightened separately. And then you put it together. Here. Looks like that. I've got my straight hair. And I'm gonna add a little more volume to my roots, just kind of tease it a little bit and add some hairspray. Be right back. So this is what I would look like just going out. I like the drama of clip-in extensions, but you can certainly go without. That is just kind of an added option if you wear them like me. Now, on to Mr. Best Straightener Ever. I use a straightener no matter how I do my hair. So if I'm gonna curl my hair, I will still use a straightener and I will kind of even out my ends, smooth out my ends, and I will, these little guys, these hairs, I always wake up with them like crimped in all sorts of directions. I don't know what I'm doing. Or if you tuck your hair behind your ears, I like to really smooth those out. I think it makes the overall hairstyle just so much more smooth and polished. And then usually I'll do my roots, I'll just kind of do either side, make sure they're smooth, even if I'm curling my hair, beware. So I just think it makes everything look better. So a necessity. I mean, a great straightener, I always have one on next to my curling iron. You just can't go without it. This is also my favorite straightener because of the vibrating capability. Have you ever straightened your hair and then realized you were going like that and then you get little crimpy crimps, or crimps, what do you want to call them? Like, you get lines if you do that. If it catches, this will not do that because it is vibrating as it goes down, just slightly moving a little bit, so you get a better strand of hair. So you get a better, so it straightens better. Hello. Okay, so it just straightens better overall. You don't have to worry about those crazy hairs, those lines if you mess up. We're just tweaking as we go. This is like, it's just fun to use. So I really, really love it for that reason. It doesn't get too hot for my hair at all. With straighteners, it doesn't matter how hot it gets. You just go faster on your hair if it's hot. So I love this straightener. Again, José, Eber, Eber, E-B-E-R, I don't know. I'll put it in the description. Such a good price, and I can't go back to a regular straightener because I will get those lines and be like, wait, why isn't it just smooth with no lines? I need my fancy high-tech straightener. So I just love this thing. I can't tell you guys. Best straightener, and I hope those tips helped you for when you do straighten your hair. Those are what I do every single time, and I will do my static guard now because I'm gonna go outside and it's gonna be a mess. I just do a little bit on the outside, and then I might do some on the inside. Because where it touches my clothes, or my neck or anything, it can get more staticky. That already helped. Did you see that? Okay. All right, now we're on our way. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe because I'm gonna be doing lots more videos. And if you have any ideas of anything you would wanna see, any tutorials or tips or whatever kind of videos I should make, please leave me a comment or send me a message. And all of the info for this video is in the description. Thank you for watching.